Remember a few months ago when Dr. Phil was interviewed by David Pakman? I'm not going to go through and play all the clips again, but he assured David Pakman, almost in a mocking, smug, self-righteous manner, "How dare you ask me? How dare you assert that I'm a conservative, Mr. Pakman? I'm so far from conservative or political, you don't even know. It would make your head spin how dumb I am about politics," he said. I'm paraphrasing, of course. And then he started caping for Donald Trump, started appearing at Donald Trump rallies and interviewing Donald Trump constantly and embedding himself with ICE for a mass deportation effort in Chicago. Not just Chicago, though. Apparently, he's a part-timer with ICE now. He's a part-timer with the Department of Homeland Security and the mass deportation effort because once again, Dr. Phil has been outed as being embedded with ICE in LA. Here's the headline from CNN. Dr. Phil was embedded with ICE during controversial Los Angeles immigration raids. As federal agents prepared to fan out in Los Angeles for a controversial immigration crackdown, the officers were greeted by a familiar face, Dr. Phil McGraw. The television personality and his camera crew were on hand before and after the raids that took place on Friday and triggered several days of street protests. McGraw was there, quote, to get a first-hand look at the targeted operations, according to his conservative TV channel, Merit TV. McGraw also had exclusive access to Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, a spokesperson for the channel said. The two men sat down for taped conversations about the Immigrations and Customs Enforcement's effort the day before and day after the LA operation. You might remember also that Dr. Phil tried to have copyright strikes and tried to have videos taken down where I was criticizing him. He is no brave man. He's a coward. And you'll learn as I go through a couple more paragraphs here that he actually wasn't on the streets. He didn't go as far as to cosplay like some kind of a super secret agent like Kristi Noem. He was in the rear with the gear in a building, waiting around for the action to end. The TV personality and Homan were also together at the Homeland Security Investigations field office in LA on the morning the raids began. McGraw's presence on the ground in LA reinforces the made-for-TV nature of Trump's immigration crackdown. The former daytime talk show host was embedded with ICE officials in Chicago back in January when some federal agents were told to be camera ready for a show of force at the very start of President Trump's second term. A Merit TV spokesperson, and here we go with him being a coward, not actually having the intestinal fortitude, as they say, to join the troops on the ground. He might get hurt. Unrest, says Big Alpha Man Phil McGraw. A Merit TV spokesperson said that this time was different, however. In order to not escalate any situation, Dr. Phil McGraw did not join and was not embedded during the LA raids, the channel spokesperson said. How would his presence escalate any situation? Wouldn't he have a helmet on? Unless his signature mustache would give him away. How is it going to escalate? How is him just being there going to escalate anything? Just say he's afraid. Just say he's a coward. That's all you got to say, spokesperson for Merit TV. Instead, get this, he hung out at the field office and had FaceTime with Homan. I bet he had FaceTime. The conversations will air on Dr. Phil Primetime on a day that nobody gives a shit about. The Friday raids resulted in the detainment of dozens of people, sparking protests and violent reactions. On Saturday, reacting in part to television pictures of the chaos, Trump authorized the deployment of the National Guard. And final paragraph here. Trump officials have repeatedly tried to maximize television and online attention around immigration enforcement activities this year. Homan and Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem are regulars on Fox News and other Trump-aligned TV networks. They also frequently publicize ICE actions on Twitter and other social media platforms. Listen, that's great and all from CNN to talk about how Homan's always on Fox News. but he just spent a whole bunch of time on CNN over the last few days. So maybe dial that back a little bit there, CNN. Anyway, what do you think? Look, Dr. Phil, he holds a special character in a list of grifty charlatans and faux experts, and acts as though he's a licensed psychologist, a licensed psychotherapist or giver, a healer of people, a helper of people. One, he's not licensed, and he is not a helper of people. He's an exploiter of people in their lowest moments. His television program it's just a dressed up Jerry Springer is what it is. That's not a compliment. Anyway, what do you think? I would love to know. You can call the voicemail line. Leave me a fewer than 3-minute voicemail, 714-576-4054. You can email me daily at dollemore.com. I'd love to hear from you there. If you want to help support this work, if you appreciate something I do, I would appreciate it very much. You can click the join button below, become a channel member, go to patreon.com/idoubtatpodcast. All those are great ways to help support the work. You can go to dollemore.com, check out our stickers and mugs and totes and t-shirts, all of that. We are selling a children's book about gratitude, speaking of helping people and focusing on the positive, unlike Dr. Phil, fascist. Anyway, go to dollemore.com. You can check that out, or just search the Grateful Child book on Amazon or Barnes & Noble, Walmart, wherever they sell books. Anyway, I love and appreciate you very much. I'll see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another. Many of you are aware that my dear friend and brother of choice, not of blood, Brett McAfee, suffered a near-fatal medical emergency last summer while our families were on vacation in Scotland. I appreciate to no end the outpouring of support for Brett that you all gave. And I'm also very happy to report that he is safe and healing and working that long path of recovery. What I've probably not told you about Brett is that beyond being an excellent friend, he's also a talented writer. We have been the best of friends since we were kids, and I have been continually inspired by his creativity and by the truly singular take that he has on life. Over 2 decades ago, he wrote a poem called The Grateful Child. It's an acknowledgement of all the simple strengths that we tend to overlook. Written from the perspective of a young person, multiple grateful children express gratitude to their parents for the elements that make them who they are. The accounting of these everyday gifts inspires a clear reminder that we should not take anything for granted. I've shared Brett's remarkable poem with numerous people over the years, and a reoccurring response is that this should be a book. Well, we finally decided to listen to those people. The Grateful Child is not only a children's book for adults in your life, it's also an adult's book for children in your life. Everyone will appreciate its straightforward yet elegant celebration of life's little endowments. Click the link below to pre-order now, or simply scan this QR code and order your copy or copies today. But this being an illustrated book, we could not survive on the words alone. To pair with Brett's touching words, we searched all over for an illustrator who could bring the Grateful Child to visual life. We landed on somebody right here in the community from this show. Leah Farshid is an internationally acclaimed illustrator who, like you, is also an audience member. The moment we saw the first images that Leah drew to accompany Brett's text, we knew we had a perfect combination. It brings me tremendous joy to share my best friend's beautiful poem and Leah's spectacular images with the world. Everyone can benefit from The Grateful Child, just as I benefit from Brett's lifelong friendship. Share this beautiful book with your children. Share it with your parents or other relatives. The Grateful Child is an easy and exceptional way to show appreciation for someone in your life, young or old. Support someone you love and support this channel by giving The Grateful Child. Click the link below to pre-order now, or simply scan this QR code. I am pretty sure your children need a copy, and your mom, your nieces and your nephews, your Grandpa Charlie too. Don't forget Grandpa Charlie. I think he'd love this. Make The Grateful Child a part of your life. It has been such an excellent part of mine.